a lot of problems that arise, especially like, for example, in like cyberbullying with teenagers, or like pedophilia, or like those are really popular but like really important things that could be stopped if you had.
Who would benefit from the transparency of an individual?
Yes.
Well, news organizations would, because for one thing, you would want to know if there is a particular piece of information that is going to be accurate and is going to be shared with the audience online, that you would want to be as transparent as possible.
More credibility, I think, in a sense, because you kind of know, like if you're searching something on the internet, you'd have a better idea of who's feeding you some sort of information.
In the early stages of social media, years ago, there was a report that Steve Jobs suffered a heart attack, and at that moment the market went crazy. It was reported by someone who was not being transparent. Unfortunately, a major network, CNN, picked it up, and we broadcast that information. It actually falls on the shoulders of the person consuming the information. So if you are looking at that information, it's up to you as the user to say, well, okay, I'm convinced, or no, I don't care if it's anonymous, I'm going to believe this without checking out another source. So there's a lot of responsibility that falls on the user as well. It's not just the person who's posting the information. My own opinion is that the hackers have really no worry about their identity. Their activities of breaking into other servers and to access sensitive information is done without any reference to an identity. It's more of a breaking into the IP network, into the server itself, in order to gain access to the data. So I'm not even so sure that's an issue. We all know that if you have anonymity, you're probably more likely to be much more candid, in many cases much more insulting to other people, and it's common online.
Obviously the internet is a place where you should be able to like have like a free flow of your thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's still a community, and in every community there are certain boundaries in each respect.
At least in this country, we have freedom of speech, and we are free to share whatever we want to share with whomever we want to on our own devices. So I don't think anyone wants to mandate identification, and that depending on the application of the information that's being shared, for instance, there's a lot of just social networking going on. Why would we want to mandate that? So I don't think that's ethical.